going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So unless you live under a rock, you know today is the first day of the NFL season. I wanted to cap it off with something that I did about a week ago. I simulated a quarterback 10 years into the future, and people seem to really like that video. It did really well. So I want to do the exact same thing for this video. So this time we are doing a running back. So I've already done the simulation. I did it before I went to bed. I'm just going to put on the screen right now, kind of as I talk, the character that we created. It was a 400-pound, 6'11", I believe actually 7-foot tall running back, completely maxed out in absolutely everything. I put him on the Tennessee Titans just to stay consistent with the last one, and we are going to be simulating 10 years into the future. So I'm just going to leave it at that. There's going to be a little animation, a little like a few moments later thing, just to kind of break the scene, and then I will see you guys in 10 years. Also, make sure to smash a like on the video below if you guys want to see me do predictions every single week. I was thinking about doing it, so drop a like if you might be interested in that. And yeah, see you guys in 10 years.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we're back. It's 10 years later. I'm in an absolutely great mood. I don't know. I just feel like the guy was an absolute beast. I really don't know. He's not on that team because he has been traded around. Just like the last guy probably got traded around a ton too. So the first thing I'm going to look at is statistics. We're going to go to NFL records and see if he's on the board for any of these rushing yards records. Oh my gosh, Will Run right there. Or is it Mike Run? I don't know if it's More Run. His name is More Run. It's More, middle name Run, and then his last name is Run. 15,490. So he is right behind. Like, he would probably have a chance if we continued simulating, which I might do if you guys want, so let me know. I just wanted to keep it consistent, like the series kind of at the 10 years. Rushing TDs. He's not as up there in rushing TDs. I do want to check season stuff though, because maybe he had one really good season. Rushing yards in a season, it appears he hasn't even had one that was 2,000 yards yet, which is a little bit surprising to me. I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit thrown off by that More Run has not had one that was more than that. I really had high hopes for this. I really did. I had majorly high hopes for this. Adrian Peterson, OJ Simpson, yeah. So in terms of game and season, he hasn't had that amazing kind of year. I guess if he has 15,000 rushing yards, he's averaging through 10 years, he's averaging about 1,500, which isn't bad, but like, yeah, it's nothing to like write home about. It's just nothing that amazing. We're gonna go find him though. In terms of the NFL, we'll also look at the NFL, don't worry, at the end, just to kind of see like what's going on. Max run 2,993 attempts, average of 5.3 per carry, average per game of 96.8. Kind of surprising that that's it. Broken tackles, yards after contact. Like, he's had a pretty good career. We're gonna call it like it is and say the guy has had a pretty decent career. Ezekiel Elliott, he must have been like had one big injury because he's only played 71 games. So I'm guessing in the season he had a big injury. They have McCaffrey having about 10,000 yards, Cook about 10,000, Jordan Howard 9,000, which I'm a little surprised Jordan Howard is lower than these guys. Leonard Fournette is in that kind of 9,000 range. So he is the best running back of any of those guys. Not really surprising. He's 99 overall and 6'10" and also 400 pounds, like he really should be. I want to look at his receiving stats. So let's go to the Chiefs now. Let's go into a more specific kind of search here and see how many receiving yards the Mac. 341 receptions. He's got 5,000 total receiving yards. Not too bad. 30 per game, which actually is, I'd say that's almost above average for a running back. I don't know how a ton of running backs who would get 30 per game, so I think that's pretty good, especially for a 10-year career. So that's not too shabby whatsoever. Let's now view the player card and see. He's a superstar. Skills. Max Run is the #1 ranked halfback in the league on the overall ratings, putting him in the top 1% of halfbacks. Cover ball. Okay, progression history. 10 Pro Bowls. Offensive Player of the Year, 64 rushing yards, fantasy goal, player goal, 10 Pro Bowl. I don't see the Super Bowl. I don't see the Super Bowl thing, which kind of sucks. I really don't. I went to his... This is where I saw it last time. The last guy, I saw the Super Bowl thing right here where it was like, oh, he won 2 Super Bowls. I don't see it with him, so that kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Obviously, skills throughout time. His speed is diminished a little bit. His strength is diminished. But he's still really good. Strength getting older. Yeah, you can see as you go and the game progresses, like you're definitely going to get worse. Let's go ahead and look. What should we look at next? there's got to be a few other things that we can go and just quickly look at. We can go to coaches stats. We can go to legacy leaderboards. Let's go to coaches. I'm always curious about this. But actually, no, wait. I believe it's legacy leaderboard, and you look at owners. If I'm thinking right, I'm pretty sure that's the best way to see who's won the most. Yeah. Okay. So, Seahawks, 4, 5, all of these guys. The Jays. Woo! Jacksonville. Shout out to Jacksonville. They won 3. Did Bortles just become like a beast or something? Like, I don't know. The Giants won 2. And I believe this is in the time since the league started. The Titans, you can see, have won 0. Which is kind of disappointing, but it seems to always end up like that. Every single time I do a simulation, the Titans have never actually won anything in any of these simulations before. So, it's really, really not all that surprising. Career stats. I already looked at the career stats, but we can go to NFL. I didn't really look at the passing. So, Matt Ryan took the league over. He went to the Jaguars, and he became just the absolute stud that wow. That's incredible. 77,000 passing yards. That is crazy. Russell Wilson is second. So, kind of unexpected, but I guess he's played 4 more years than Russell Wilson. But also, 17,000 more yards is not like 4 years. I don't know if Wilson will be able to catch up with that. Andrew Luck had a pretty good career. So did Jameis. There you can see Zebedee Scaife. He must have been a young rookie like a couple years after. Mariota is on the Cardinals. This is weird. It's weird seeing Mariota on the Cardinals. I love him so much as a Titans fan. It just kills me. Dak is on the Cowboys. Derek Carr's on the Redskins. Things change. If there's one thing I can tell you guys, things change. Receiving, I just want to see Brandon Cooks. Is he the, wow. My voice just cracked a little bit, but he must have had a really good time with Tom Brady. That's crazy. Michael Thomas is second. 6'3", 212. He's the second best receiver in this kind of generation. Only played 11 years. Wow. So played 11 years to Odell's 13 and has more yards than Odell Beckham Jr. Well, actually, no, not more yards. He has more receptions. We just got to do this straight by yards. I don't know why I wasn't defaultly on that. Okay, Mike Evans. Jarvis Landry, yeah, he could actually be a crazy stud. Amari Cooper. Stephon Diggs. Sammy, I legit, can I be honest? I thought that said Sammy Totkins. And I was like, is that like a brother? Is that like the game trying to make a joke? Corey Davis. Shout out to Corey Davis. Excited to watch you play, man. I cannot wait. Tyreek Hill. Whew, he had a pretty good career. 8,238. We'll quickly look at defensive and interceptions. Just because in these 10-year simulations, I just kind of like to look around to see kind of Max Ryan. Oh, did I say Max Scherzer? My baseball mind just acted up. Sorry. Just excuse my baseball mind. Ryan Shazier. And then Chidobe Awuzie. I don't really know what I said. Jalen Ramsey. I actually really like Jalen Ramsey. I have him all on like my Madden mobile team and everything. Like, I'm a pretty big fan of him. Deion Jones. Barry Bradshaw. That's such an intimidating name. It's not even funny. But yeah, let's move on. I don't think there's much more for us to look at. I really, really don't. I don't think there's much more for us to look at. The only other thing that I can think that we could do, which I've kind of wanted to do the whole time, is actually I can't, dang it. I was going to go try and play a few snaps with him, but I can't because he's not on the Titans. So let me just think for 1 second and I'll get back to you guys. I'm trying to think of if there's anything else we can look at. The last thing I want to do before wrapping up this video, I couldn't do another thing, but I just went and got Max Run because I just want to show some gameplay with him just to see how dominant he could potentially be. Like, with his size, like, look at this. Nobody can tackle the guy when you're that fast. And I wonder if making him this big was something that wasn't a positive thing in terms of the simulation and stuff. Like, I can't really see why. Maybe it would be a good idea to make like a normal size, like a 6'2", 200-pound running back who's 99 overall. I honestly don't know. I think it was the most fun to make him this big, but I'm kind of noticing right now as he's running, being this big as a running back, you're going to pretty much run into anybody. That's the thing. Like, when I run through the middle here, it's really, really tough for me to miss, like, just running into my own lineman, running into other people. Like, it's really, really tough for me not to hit them, which is part of the reason I think that I'm having so much trouble. Let's see, can we get a block? Like, no. Like, it's just awkward. He's a little bit awkward. And I should have known that with his size, but, like, I know he can truck people over, but if people can take him on his legs, he's going to have a lot of issues. But anyways, guys, going to give my predictions for today with the Titans real quick, and then we're going to wrap this up and call this a video. Titans are winning this game. One of my best friends is a Raiders fan. I'm inviting him over. We're watching on the big TV there, so I'm really, really excited for that. Max run, I'm going to give you like 2 more runs. Going to let you just sit around here, have a little bit of fun, Max. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. He got 15,000 rushing yards. If you guys want to see a receiver, let me know, and I'll try and maybe do something with that. Maybe the receiver would have like a career that was absolutely unreal. I honestly have no idea, though. God bless you all. Have a great day. I will see all of you wonderful people next time. And shout out to Max Run for just being the biggest stud ever.